Laws exist to provide a legal framework for societal norms. The Child Rights Act stipulates right to life, survival and development, right to family life, right to basic education, right to health care, amongst others. However, for street children, these rights are elusive as they struggle to fend for themselves. Some resort to hard labor, menial jobs, begging and even petty crimes just to survive. According to UNICEF statistics in 2022, 53.9% of children in Nigeria live in abject poverty, burning to families unable to provide for their basic needs. Rivers State mirrors this national crisis with 19.1% of its children living in poverty and 29.8% on the Child Poverty and Deprivation Index. Combing the streets of Port Harcourt, our crew stumbles on this particular set of children whom at a glance one could tell are homeless. They roam the streets searching for their daily bread. We approached to know more about them. At first, they seemed uneasy, but later felt relaxed after we revealed our identity to them. They share their stories on how they came from the neighboring local government areas to Port Harcourt for a better life.
How did you find your way here?
It's one Ogoni boy, one short boy comes to this place.
I want to help my parents, but we don't have food at home. I want to go back to school, but I don't like begging.
They fall within the age range of 11 to 13 years and share similar stories of being born into needy homes and being saddled with the responsibility of having to care for themselves on the streets. This has also exposed them to hard drugs.
But auntie, me, I don't stop because I know say the thing not good. Because the thing they send they suck blood.
They agreed to take us to where they live, but that would be only after a good meal. After the meal, we set out to see their abode. It's the popular Eze Baka Baka market along Transwordy Road, Port Harcourt. By day, it's just a marketplace, but at night it becomes a den for hundreds of homeless people, a mixture of the good, the bad, and the ugly. We get to meet a few more of these destitute children. To know how they sleep at night, we had to revisit. They say the nights could be bad on cold days, and even worse whenever there were cold clashes or violent fights in the neighborhood.
So they chased people away from where you were sleeping yesterday night. So with the rain, why did you not sleep?
Both times.
While there are about 2 welfare centers and 2 rehabilitation homes in Rivers State, the Commissioner of Social Welfare and Rehabilitation, Inime Aguma, insists that the government is actively working to get these children off the streets.
Even when we profile them and send them to school, they don't, eventually in 6 months, they don't want to go to school. That's one. Then number 2, I've said to you, no government institution can take the place of family. It's not possible. Even when we take them in for a while, our vision is to reintegrate them back to their families or to other families that would adopt them.
There are, however, a few other privately run foster homes in Rivers State where some street children have found solace.
While we're playing with them on the street, feeding them, the idea is not just street feeding. It's actually to get to know the children who are willing to embrace change, those who are willing to leave the streets.
As they're living, more are coming in. More are living, more are coming. So some are finished university, some are working, some are married, some are, we're currently about 500 currently staying.
Despite these efforts, the government is expected to do more for these needy and homeless children to prevent them from drifting towards crime. What is the way forward, as some of them are still willing to go to school or learn a skill?
So the government has a role to play to ensure that all these measures it has put in place to ensure that society goes on where that people benefit from the society. The laws are there. The laws are there, but the laws have to be implemented properly.
At the federal level, the creation of the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation and the emergence of a newly established Social Welfare Department within the Ministry of Health should make a major impact with purpose-driven leadership, which may hold promises for improved welfare for these categories of children in Nigeria.
Every child deserves the right to a proper life.
Who will be their savior? From Port Harcourt, Deborah Balama, Channels Television News.